Okay. This is going to be a long one, I think, because I hope I can explain this as best as possible. So, I can now understand why it has been so difficult to change this reality, to change this enslavement system, to get people, humans, to advance, to understand the power within themselves. Because this happened long, long time ago when humans were first created. It was around the days of Egypt, and the gods were here. The gods are entities outside of this realm, outside of this reality, who have powers. They do not abide by man made laws, spiritual laws, any of those laws. They bend time, they levitate, they shapeshift, they manipulate energy, and they manipulate matter. So, what what happened here, though, which I said this before, is there was a certain entity that I believe it was in an Anunnaki who, and there were two brothers. One was good, who wanted to free the humans and wanted them to have knowledge and wisdom and advance and grow. The other brother wanted to enslave the humans. He wanted to siphon the power off of the humans, and all of the gods as well, and encase them into his own reality of his rules, his laws, his ideas. And he's done a really good job, I'll admit that, because, and Mary Magdalene talks about this in her writings, and she's right. This is the current setup where people pray to a fake God. When you die, you are stuck in this simulation. You don't go back to God. You go back to the fake God that you think is benevolent and good, but it's really the devil in disguise. It's wearing a mask, and it enslaves you back into the system. You get recycled. You're a bug in a jar. And you literally are a puppet on strings. And this entity and the entities that work for it, that do its bidding, do everything in their power to keep those strings, those attachments on you, so you never get out. So, on an energetic level, what you look like is, imagine a ball of yarn all wound up. And in the middle of that ball of yarn is you. And you have become so conditioned, so programmed, you've had so much projected onto you, not just in this life, your past lives, your family lineage, and since you were created here on earth. And so much has been piled onto you, you don't even know who you are anymore. You're such a small fragment of an entity when it comes to understanding God, and have so much garbage on you. Garbage, trash, negativity. It also looks like sewage or goo or venom or parasites, or I mean, think of everything that would take from you, that would siphon from you, that tries to kill you or destroy you. You have literally been infested. You've been, your sacred temple, which was your God-knowing self, your house has been overran, has been taken over by infiltrators. And then once they take over, they start rotting away at your I am, your ego. And your ego is your identity. It's not negative. It's only become negative because these energies have overtaken it and made you believe that it's negative. But it's not. It's who you decide and choose to be. Problem is, you don't know who you are anymore because this is what has happened to you. You have been rotted out. You have been attacked, traumatized and attacked from the beginning of your creation. And those of us that are waking up and remembering, especially our lives back in the days of Egypt, which I recall, and I even recall when this first began. By who and why. This is why it's been so difficult to get out of it. Because it's like you get through a layer of healing, of understanding, and then guess what? There's another layer. And then there's another layer. And then there's another layer. And another layer. And then it starts to get harder. Because then you start to think that it's not just this life that I'm in. Now I'm in past lives. Now I'm in my mother's life, my father's life, my grandmother's life, my grandfather's life, all the way back to the beginning when I first came here as a being, as a clear God being that came here as a God to create life. The problem is that this energy found a way to overtake and is now playing God in this current setup, this current system. And what it did is the trauma. And when it created the trauma, what that does is it creates a crack. It creates a wound. It creates a fear, worry, unknowing. And then it infiltrates. And then once this entity started to infiltrate, it started to deteriorate. And then once it started to deteriorate and infiltrate, then it starts bringing others in and starts doing that to you as well. If you ever noticed, at least from my perspective, growing up, a lot of women would bully me. My mother bullied me. My sisters bullied me. At school, I got bullied. Specifically by females. And I couldn't understand why. Like, what did I do to them to make them want to bully me? Some people say, well, you attracted that. Well, okay, I attracted that. My light, because I recognize and remember that I am God and that I am this bright light, that light irritates them. They don't like it because I shine truth onto their lies, onto their dysfunction, their illusion. And therefore, they want to dim my light because it's irritating to them. So they attack me. They attacked me. They're responsible for that attack, by the way. But what I also found is it went back all the way to the beginning when I first came here during the days of Egypt and was attacked by a gang of feminine energies who wanted to attach to me with energetic connections and siphon my abilities and powers from me. And so getting out of this entanglement has become quite a challenge. Because not only do you have to heal and unwind from this life, but if you're a greater, more powerful being like myself, you also have to go into those past lives. You also have to go into your family lineage. You also have to go to the root of where everything started and undo that. And in doing that, you have to go into the pain. Because the way that they maintain control over you is through pain, through fear. Because most people won't go into the pain. They'll run from it, or they'll medicate it, or they'll shove it down, or they won't deal with it at all, and then it just festers and becomes a sickness, and then you die. And guess what? Then you go back into the system, and it just keeps repeating over and over and over again. Welcome to hell. This is hell. But I'm starting to see the way out. The way out is finding these entities that have attached themselves to me and you as well. Once you get out of that ball of yarn and you've eliminated, you've dissolved, you've alchemized the energy, now you start getting into the bigger entities and finding them and facing them. It's like a video game. I actually find it fun at this point, because what I'm learning is that as I defeat these enemies, and I defeat them by allowing the pain, allowing them to attack me, because I realize I'm a god, they cannot kill me. Not when I'm in the energy, not when I'm in the subconscious, not when I'm in the psyche, and I'm going back into these moments in time when these things happened. They cannot hurt me. And because they cannot hurt me, when they attack me, I take that attack and I alchemize it and I make it a part of me. So now I just disempowered them, because now that attack no longer works on me. And I'm literally taking out the entire system from these energies that have enslaved the human race, the humans, and gods and other gods, which are pure, clear, non-polarized energies that it's taking down the old system. Because you doing the healing work, you going into the pain and alchemizing it, and do what I just taught you if you can, because they can't hurt you. They can't kill you. I mean, they could physically kill you and end your life. At this point, I don't think they have the ability to, but whatever. They could do that. And yes, you would have to come back in another life and repeat. I have seen them take out other people and do that. However, if you can sit in the pain and take these energies down, it is going to collapse this enslavement system, because you're pulling your power back. You're pulling your energy back into yourself, and you're saying, you don't have any power over me. And thank you for that technique. I'm going to use that in my own arsenal. And when I do that, you definitely have no power over me anymore now. And getting to these levels, which we're about to hit this year, it's going to be so interesting to see this, because we're going to have two different realities going at the same time, where people are going to be in chaos. Shit is going to hit the fan. And those of us that have hit this level where we've mastered every single frequency, every single emotion, who can sit and watch the chaos and go, yeah, that doesn't affect me. Yeah, I don't like that outcome. Yeah, I'm going to change it. And literally change the outcome of the chaos going on around you, and being in your God energy, which says, I'm non-dualistic. I'm non-polarized. Nothing affects me. I've experienced every single level of frequency and mastered it. And now it's a part of me. Therefore, it cannot affect me. We will be in this very interesting stoic energy where we're like, it's literally like being in a cartoon. It's quite cool, actually. And I'm just chill. Whereas those that are not are going to lose their shit. They're going to be in total like Lulu chaos mode. But you're going to be totally non-reactive if you get to this level. But you have to go after these entities that are attacking you. You have to, number one, be able to feel the energy. You have to be able to feel where these entities are connected and attached to you. It's the pain spots, and you need to go into the pain. You need to focus and take your consciousness into the pain and watch these energies, because they are slick. They're damn good. They'll distract you with something within your physical reality or a thought. They will, the siren energies are interesting, because then they'll make you feel something different that you don't want to feel. Oh no, feel the love. No, keep going into the pain. Because that's a diversion tactic. I've had entities when I'm in meditation, I'm in the psyche, and I'm going after them, where they have literally shifted me, like hit me from the side and caused me to move in my physical reality. They'll stop at nothing to stop you from reaching your level of understanding of being God, of I am, and to a point of controlling the matter, and then controlling the energies around you. They don't want that, because then you're not controllable at all. So anyway, I thought that was interesting. So don't be a puppet on these strings anymore. Go down them. Find out who these energies are and face them. They cannot hurt you. They will make you believe that they can hurt you, and you'll feel fear. Okay, that's fear, and doesn't bother me. Anger, doesn't bother me. Frustration, doesn't bother me. This energy, crazy, oh my God, everything's falling apart, doesn't faze me. In fact, I do just the opposite. When that chaos starts coming on board, like today at work, I went into my Zen point. No, it's not even Zen. I went into my stoic energy and was like, okay, what's the desired outcome here? Okay, that's the desired outcome. Okay, so it is, and it will be. And I made it so. And then I started to connecting to everybody with love and in their heart space, and said, on an energetic level, how can we work together to get to this desired outcome? Not only did we get to the desired outcome, and we also came together as a team and worked together and made it happen. And it wasn't from our hair's on fire psycho. It was smooth. We got this. No problem. You do this. You go here. You got that. It was beautiful. That's the level for the next, the new way, the new consciousness. But you're still going to remain in the simulation. We're just shifting the energy. We're shifting the way that we view things, the way that we participate, what we accept. And then also coming from a state of, no, I choose. I'm the one that's in power. I'm the one that's shifting the energy. You don't control me. Your reactions are not mine. And you're not going to project that onto me. I'll work the way that needs to be worked so that we get to the end goal, but we're going to do it from a different place of energy, not from fear and anxiety and doubt and worry. No, absolutely not. So anyway, don't be a puppet on a string. Need help? Let me know. Have a great day.